is Thursday, July 16th, and I thought I would just pick up my camera today, take you through a little, I guess, maybe I don't know, maybe it'll go into tomorrow. We'll see. But I had started the summer series. I got 2 videos in there, so we'll continue this summer series, and I'm going to focus, I think, today on, or in this video, on how to hit your protein targets, or how to incorporate more protein into your diet. Because when I start working with new clients, that is one of the things that is often, a big struggle with clients at the get-go. So it is, fairly common. So I'm going to give you some tips to increase your protein if that is something that you are trying to do. Most people are not eating enough protein, and I'll talk more later on about the benefits and why we need to make sure that we are eating adequate protein. So I just got Lulu off to camp, and typically I'll go for a walk in the morning outside, but the air quality today is like, I think the score is like 209. It's horrible. I've never seen it this bad. Like, there's wildfires in Canada right now, and the smoke has sort of migrated down to Michigan, and that's happened before, but it's really bad. Like, it's not only looks smoky, it smells smoky. So I'm not going outside for a walk. So I've got my 2 little trusty computers here, and I'm going to do some work for the fall semester that is approaching here quickly. I'm actually really excited for fall. So I'm going to do some work like on my fall syllabi and some like client work and some other work. So I'm just going to walk on my treadmill and do some work. So that's what I'm going to start out with this morning. And then I will show you my pre-workout meal, and then we'll head to the gym. I won't film at the gym, but I do have a workout in 2 videos ago, my part 1 of my Italy vlog, if you want to see that. I just don't like filming at the gym, the gym that I go to. So, yeah. All right. So that's what we're getting up to this morning. Thanks for following along. Okay, we are going to make some breakfast, which also serves as my pre-workout. So we're going to do some oats, and we will do some, I don't know why we're not, there we go. We're going to do some egg whites. So I do egg whites and then 2 whole eggs, and then I will, and I cook those in coconut oil, which is so yummy. I'm back on a meal plan because I was kind of self-coaching from October to just last week. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, 9 months. So 3/4 of the year I self-coached, and I do completely fine on my own. When I'm on my own, I just follow macros. My coach has me do a meal plan, but we're able to like swap foods, so it is a structured meal plan, but I mean, I'm pretty much, it's not like I change what I eat. Even when I was doing my own thing, I was pretty much eating the same types of foods. So, yeah, so I'm back on my meal plan. The only thing different, I guess, is that he gives me a lot more fat than I would give myself, because I would have a tendency just to allocate more of those calories towards carbs. And I love it. Like, I love, why don't I do that on my own? I don't know. But when he gives me my meal plan, and it's a lot more higher in fat, using more of the calories towards fats than carbs. So I still have plenty of carbs. It's not like low carb or anything like that, but I just am getting more fats in my diet. And yeah, I really love it. So I cook my eggs in coconut oil. It's fantastic. And coconut oil and jasmine rice is probably my favorite thing right now. So egg whites, whole eggs, oats, berries. That's what is for breakfast. So here is your protein tip for breakfast, meal one, whatever. This is my pre-workout / breakfast. This is a pretty large meal. And eggs, we love eggs. But if you are someone that is saying, okay, I'm going to have 2 eggs for breakfast and a piece of toast, orange juice, whatever, that's your breakfast. That's a great start, but eggs, like 1 whole egg, gets most of its calories from fat. So the egg white is protein. The egg yolk is mostly fat. There is about 6 grams of fat in an egg and 6 grams of protein. But, so you might think, well, that's equal. But no, because fat has 9 calories per gram and protein has 4 calories per gram. So when you eat 1 whole egg, it's about 72 calories and only about 24 of that is from protein. So 24 calories out of 72 is protein. So what you need to do is still have your whole eggs, but add egg whites to it to bump up the protein without bumping up the fat. And it's more filling, like, because egg whites are super, super satiating. So there is your first tip. When you have your eggs, like if you're going to have 2 scrambled eggs, add, egg whites. Like either get egg whites in a carton. I used to do that. For whatever reason, they just bother my stomach. I don't know. It must be something that they add to it, which if you look on the ingredients, it's egg whites and I don't know what it is. They must add something to it. Anyways, the processed pasteurized carton egg whites and me don't agree, which is unfortunate because I end up just using a crap ton of egg whites from the whole egg and getting rid of a lot of egg yolks. I know, it's wasteful. Jared made carbonara this week, which uses whole egg yolk. So I was able to use the egg whites the next day from that. So we salvaged that. But yeah, otherwise I am just throwing away a lot of egg yolks every day. It is what it is. I don't know. It is what it is. What do they do with the egg yolks that make the carton? There's no egg yolk cartons, so they're probably throwing those away too. So anyways, but that's your tip. All right, I'm going to make breakfast. I'll show you what it ends up looking like. And between the first clip and now, it's been about an hour and a half. I just did some work, as I mentioned, and then cleaned, aka postponing my gym session. Okay, so I've shared this before, but this is my little hack. While my eggs are cooking, I have my frozen berries on here, and I just cover them with my plate that I will put my eggs on, and I kind of let them steep, and like they kind of defrost or thaw, I guess, and cool my oats down. And then got the eggs right here. So I'm gonna plate this up. And gonna eat. Also have my supplements here. I've shared before what I take. So these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the hatch. Okay, I just got done with my lift. That workout kicked my butt. So this is the first week on my new plan. So this day was 4 quad movements and 4 glute movements. So this is definitely the longest workout of the week, and it was rough. So It's 1 o'clock already. What the hell? Where has the day gone? Yeah, I'm just like spent right now. So I didn't do my cardio. I will come back later and do it. Lulu is spending the night at a friend's house, and Jared and I had plans to like go like walk on the beach and stuff, but you cannot be outside today. It is absolutely disgusting with the smoke, and they say it's like if you're outside, it's like smoking a full pack of cigarettes today. So I'm not about smoking a pack of cigarettes. So we'll just come to the gym, and that will be like our date, and go to Costco. So fun things. Actually, I love going to Costco. But yeah, it'll be fun. So I'll just come back and do my cardio. We'll still make it fun. We'll still cook something, watch a show together. It'll be a little Thursday night, low-key date night. So, yeah. Anyways, the workout was rough. Took me forever. And I'm going to go home, have my post-workout meal. I have 2 more meals to get into me before I come back and do my cardio. So, better get home. But, yeah. So, that's that. Find my face. Okay, we are back from the gym, and in my post-workout, it's like a scoop of protein powder and a banana. I'm out of bananas. I'm gonna grab some today when we go to Costco, but I just subbed the berries. I subbed berries, like frozen berries, for the banana. And then I used this protein. I had one more sample. I got like a bunch of these samples to bring with me when we went to Italy. And this was the last one. I thought it was just chocolate. And I really love like chocolate and berry, like chocolate raspberry, chocolate blueberry, chocolate strawberry. I mean, that's all good. And I poured it in, and then I read it, and I was like, oh, it's campfire s'mores flavor. So I was like, I'm not sure how that's going to be. S'mores with fruit. But it is super good. So I love Rule 1 protein powder. Their flavors are really great. The salted caramel, the pistachio, I like this one. This is the second sample pack. I got like 2 of these. So I made it a creamy out of it. It was really good, but yeah. So I'm going to drink this and do some work. More cleaning around the house. I'll have to get Lulu from camp in like an hour and a half, so just a little bit of downtime here, and I'll pick you back up later. So yeah, there's another tip for protein. I mean, good old-fashioned protein shake. I haven't typically used that in the past, like to get my protein in, like making a protein shake, but it's in my meal plan post-workout. And again, I could sub it for something like I could have egg whites instead of protein powder. I could have Greek yogurt instead of protein powder. But when I'm done working out, I am starving. And so it's pretty quick and easy. And yeah, holds me over. It's not a huge meal, so it holds me over and actually doesn't get me too full or make me feel like I prepared a meal. And then it's like, oh my gosh, in like 2.5, 3 hours, I've got to like make another meal, which will be like a more like meal. So this is actually good, because if I came home from the gym and I like made something, or like I felt like I was cooking, and then I cooked again, and then again at dinner, and then I have my creamy, it just feels like I'm constantly in the kitchen preparing things, which of course you can have things pre-prepped, but I have the luxury of being at home, and so I mostly I have things prepped, like my rice is prepped and my ground turkey is prepped, like some like staples like that, but I like to make my meals fresh. So all right, here is probably the easiest protein tip. So you can see here I've got some kale, some ground turkey. Yeah, sauteing my kale because no fresh green leaf lettuce right now. We don't be wanting that. So the biggest or the easiest, I guess, thing to do when you're trying to increase your protein is simply increase the serving size. So if you are eating, ground turkey here in this case, or chicken breast or shrimp, instead of just having like 2 ounces or 3 ounces, have 4 or 5 ounces. You know, you want to split your protein up pretty equally throughout the course of the day and not have like, you know, 80 grams of protein in one meal and like 5 in another. Like you want to have a good, you know, kind of meal structure for your day, so you're splitting it up pretty evenly. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to have at least like 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal when you're splitting it up, just to signal muscle protein synthesis. I would say at least 20. I think 25 or 30 is better. I'm gonna eat this. Okay, good morning. It is now Friday, July 17th, and it is check-in day. So I just did my check-ins. I had this camera set up, and I thought I was recording just so you could see kind of like how I did my check-ins, but it wasn't recording. But here's my setup. So we've got my ring light and then the tripod here. It wants to follow my face, but we've got a tripod that I put my phone in, and I do back camera, so I don't do the selfie facing one, so I don't see myself when I pose, which is great. Hopefully if you are a competitor watching this, you don't watch yourself posing, because there is no mirror on stage, right? So I take a series of pictures. I just take a whole bunch, and I'll stop like and look at them, and then maybe take some more, and then later on I will go through. I'm just putting all my light away. I just keep it in my office. I used to keep it in my closet upstairs, and then I'm like, I do my check-in pictures in the living room. It's really a pain in the butt to cart everything down. As it is, I have to like rearrange furniture, and you know, anyways. So I'm just putting stuff back. I'm gonna go up and stretch, make coffee, and I will send my check-in. Drinking water, of course, first thing. I love doing check-ins. Like, I love check-in day. And the thing I hate the most is just not being able to drink water as soon as I get up. Because you have to take your check-in pictures fasted before you drink water, after you go to the bathroom, etc. So, drinking water, going to stretch, make coffee, send my check-in. I'll put my check-in pictures right here. And yeah, that's gonna go to the gym. It is back and biceps and cardio today. Gonna go see a movie tonight with Chase and Lulu. It is still smoky. It is worse air quality today than yesterday. The score is like 470 or something like that. It's like horrible. I don't ever remember seeing like anything above the hundreds. So this is crazy. Anyways, yeah, I'll pick you back up later. Okay, we're back from the gym, and I got my response from my coach. So we are keeping cardio the same. I get an extra 1,200 calorie meal on top of my base meal plan once a week. So that means sushi, and my mouth is kind of blue. I just had blueberries in my post-workout, or the frozen berries, like you saw in my what I filmed yesterday. But really quick, this sports bra, Buff Bunny, I love it. It's super soft. I don't know, maybe I can show you in the mirror and you can see the back of it. I don't know how I can angle this. So it's no like fancy back. Yeah. It's just, it's no like crisscrossy things or anything like that. But super comfy. I wore this today for my back and biceps day. It's really soft. I got 2 other sports bras, a pair of leggings, and they sent me a tank top and a scrunchie, just like a free gift, whatever. So when I use those or wear those or try those on, I will give a little review. But that's just the update for now. I will have one more meal before we go to the movie. And yeah, I'm going to include a couple more protein tips and then we'll probably just wrap this up. Probably will do my extra calories tomorrow. We'll get sushi tomorrow. I don't think I'll bring, I think I'll just end this before that, but I get them every week. So at some point you'll see what I get. So yeah, 1,200 calories on top of my normal meal plan. He also said he's going to increase my food. I find that typically like when he writes me back, like my meal plan, if he's going to update my meal plan, he'll send that like later in the day or at night. So I won't start that till tomorrow unless I get it before my next meal and then I'll just adjust it. But yeah, so chugging along. All right. All right, good morning. It is now Sunday and I'm just closing this video out now. So I showed you that sports bra. This is, and I said I got like a free shirt and a free scrunchie. So I actually have the scrunchie in my hair too, which I would never buy a scrunchie from like a clothing wear company. I don't know. It was free. It's fine. It's a scrunchie. But the shirt is really cute. It is it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know, like the stringer shirts that guys wear that like kind of hang down low. My camera's wanting to follow my face, but there you go. Yeah, so you obviously need to wear like something under it wear something under it, 1, and 2, that you want people to see or that you don't care if people see. Anyways, it's cute. I wouldn't have bought it, but it was free, and yeah, it's just a little free tank top, free scrunchie. Gotta love free stuff. So let's close out the video here, and basic protein tips that you can take away. 1, make sure you're eating adequate protein. That's like the top of the hierarchy, like protein target hit for the day. You'll hear a lot of like recommendations for eat a gram per pound of body weight. That's a pretty safe and easy, thing to shoot for. However, I like to, 1, I start my clients out at something that is more manageable that they can hit. So if you are going to be working with me, I ask for, a food recall of at least 3 days so I can kind of see what you typically eat, and I will kind of estimate your calories and macros from your food recall that you give me, or like food diary. And I like to start my clients out at something similar, probably higher than what they are eating, because most people, like I said, come to me eating not enough protein or like really low protein. But then from there, we try to work it up for most people because they're starting kind of still low-ish of the range. But I don't say a gram per pound of body weight, because if someone is overweight and weighs like 300 pounds, I'm not gonna have them eat 300 grams of protein. So I like to say your goal weight. So whatever your goal weight is, if you are in a fat loss phase, that is a good range to shoot for. Again, so that would be like the top tier. The next I would say is kind of equal between spacing it out per meal and having a high quality protein. So you don't want to get all your protein from, you want to mix up your protein sources also and make sure that it's a wide variety of, wide variety of protein sources. I tell my clients like pick 4 or 5 during the week that you want to have, and then you can mix and match those. So that might be like egg whites, Greek yogurt, protein powder, chicken breast, and shrimp. There's 5 protein sources right there, and then you can build meals off of there. So when you're looking at a meal to make or planning out your food, or even at a restaurant, like look at the protein source first and then build from there. So there's like a blueprint for building a meal. And I'll add a picture right here of a recent meal that I had. I'll just, they all fit this blueprint, so I'll just pick one for my camera roll, and I'll explain how I broke that down. So you've got your protein, then your carb, then your fats, then your micronutrients, and then maybe a sauce. So you can build any meal like that. So I would say maybe, obviously the top tier in the hierarchy would be your daily target hit. And then I might say, especially if you're someone that is interested in building muscle, which you all should be, because muscle is the key to longevity, would be having it pretty much spaced out throughout the day. Like I mentioned before, you don't want to have like so much protein at one sitting and then no protein the rest of the day. Space it out, throughout your meals. And then I would say a close third would be quality of the protein. So I hope that gave you some ideas and some tips. Again, protein is super important because it is what builds muscle, and muscle is what allows you to eat more, even at rest. So a body that has more muscle requires more energy. So yeah, we want to get our protein in. So thanks for watching. Follow along. Let me know if you have any requests, anything you want to learn about. I also had this thought, and I don't mean to, I guess I'm just going to do a little plug here for myself and my coaching, because I don't often like self-promote or toot my own horn. But I had this kind of thought this morning, and I'm like thinking, because I just love working with my coaching clients, and I love helping people and teaching people. And there's a lot of coaches out there, and a lot of them like this industry, I guess, because they themselves are fitness enthusiasts. And that's true for me. Like I love bodybuilding, I like competing, I love tracking my nutrition, I love knowing what I'm putting in my body, I love going to the gym. However, that's not really enough to be able to teach somebody else how to do that for themselves. So in my profession, I am an educator, so I feel like I kind of have an advantage that I know how to I know how to, when you're an educator, you accommodate, you make accommodations for your students. Some students need X, some students need Y. You meet them where they're at so they can all be successful. It's like that when I work with my clients as well. Some people come to me with no background at all in nutrition, and some people come to me having been working out for 20 years. So and I know how to work with people, I know how to talk to people, I know how to encourage people. So yeah, I feel like as an educator, first and foremost, that is my job as a health coach. So anyways, I just thought I'd put that out there. If you're looking for a coach and it seems like there's a lot of people, if it's something that you're searching and it comes up in your feed a lot, it seems like there's a zillion coaches out there, but I guess just a little plug for myself. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.